I'm going to be working on this ring stretcher reducer. This is one of those Chinese ones. Well, I say it's Chinese one, even though down here it does say USA. It has a lot of Chinesian kind of feel to it. You can kind of see all the little pits and stuff. Long story short, I got rid of my old one. It had a ring bender on the side of it. I'm a big fan of Peppy tools. They got some really high quality tools here. The old one that I had a ring bender on the side of it. It is real chintzy, and I use this one quite a bit. So what I was going to do is get rid of the old one and then buy Peppy Tools ring stretcher reducer. Problem is that it was like 500 bucks or something like that. 450 I think on sale, or I forget, something like that. I couldn't justify spending that much money on something I just do as a hobby. Now if I did this full time, or if I did this because I was relying on income from that, it might be a different story. But anyways, this one was I think it was right around 100 bucks or something. There you go, $108.49. I'll put the link in the description for this, but that was about the best deal that I could find. So again, even though it says USA on the bottom, that's probably just where it's sold. Like I said, there's a lot of just Chinese feel to it. It does have some pretty good heft to it, and I'm assuming that's just because it's that the steel is cast steel. I'm guessing. Let's see. Yeah, so cast steel. But there are some things that we can do to make this better, and that's kind of what I'm going to do today. Whenever you do get a ring stretcher reducer, you want to make sure that you have 6 splines, and unfortunately this one only has 4 splines. So that's going to be an issue. Unfortunately, this one is the 4 spline one. I wanted the 6 spline. So I'll put this one in the link in the description, and I'll get another one that is a 6 spline. If you can get a 6 spline, which is, here, I'll show you. You see there's 4 pieces here. It's like a piece here, a piece here, a piece on this side, and a piece on this side. If they get this and they have 6 splines, it's going to give a more even stretch to your rings. I'll give this one a shot, see how it goes. If I don't like it, then I don't know. It'll probably be fine. They've made the 4 spline for years and years and years, but I can always sell it and get a 6 spline one, or go to the Peppy Tool one at that time. It kind of just depends. But anyways, if you don't know, this has a rod in the center that's shaped like a cone. And so those splines are on the outside, and as that pushes up, it pushes out those splines. And then whenever it pushes out those splines, it stretches a ring. Here's just a quick ring that I did. You put that on there, and as you push this up, it stretches that out. I don't really want to stretch this one out because it's where I need it to be. But anyways, that's how it stretches out. To reduce it, so let's pretend like this is a ring, it's just a piece of plastic. But to reduce it, you'll put it in these have a slight conical shape to it, so it kind of angles in. Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit. And so you'll find whichever one works best for your ring, you'll put that in there, and then with the same handle you'll push that down. And what that does is that it forces that ring to shrink down. So you'll do it on that side, flip it over, do it on that side. Same thing whenever you're stretching rings out. You're going to stretch it out, flip it over, stretch it out. And with this one, I may have to turn it as I'm stretching, just because there's 4 cones or whatever. So, anyways, not a deal breaker, but just kind of keep that in mind. Now back to the improvements on this. But it's pretty smooth. But I want to see if we can. I'm gonna look on the inside. The last one I had some grease in it that was. It almost seemed old. And it also looked like there was a little bit of sand left over from the casting. So I doubt this one will be that bad, but we'll go ahead and take it apart and kind of look in there and see what we got. So there is a, believe it or not, it's a 3/16 Allen. There's some grease on there. Not bad. I'm going to take out whatever grease is in there. We're going to put our own grease in there. There's also a little bit of a burr on there. I kind of took off a little bit of that burr that was on the edge of that. This is just a piece of glass with sandpaper on top. Okay, so let's take this out. Heck of that. I don't know if you can see, but it almost looks like there's sand. Like literal sand on the edges. It does have a gritty feel to it. That's nuts. Maybe this is the break-in fluid. Yeah, there's a bunch right there. Let's see. You see that a little bit better? Sorry, the light's not the best, but I mean, it actually looks like sawdust. So I don't know if you can hear that or not, but anyways, give me just a second, and I'm going to brake clean this off. So basically, I'm just going to get some brake cleaner and spray it all off, and I'll probably do the same in there. Okay, now. Oh shoot. Take this out. We're going to have to take your plate off. Probably have to take this off. Yeah, there's some more of that junk down here by the base. And to actually get this out, you just take this off. This whole thing pulls off. I don't feel like doing it. It's not that difficult, but just don't feel like doing it. Well, it's not the cleanest rag to start off with, or towel to start off with, but you can see in there, but there is a, what do you call it? There's a chunk missing out of there. So I'm really kind of debating on actually taking that back now. That's I keep telling myself it's $100. All right, it's $100, Brian. Don't freaking get too crazy with it. But at the same time, I'm like, it's $100. All right, let me get some grease. I'll put this back. All right, so this is just regular grease. I think it's, I forget. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll look it up and I'll put it on the description thing. But I remember whenever I first looked at this, it was really good grease. Had a lot of high marks on it and stuff. So we'll do that. Okay. Okay, so you want it at the bottom of the stroke, which is going to be this all the way down. And so this handle is going to be pretty much all the way down. There we go. Let's see if we can smear that around. Can always clean it up later. Get the top of the stroke. All the way to the bottom of the stroke. Okay. Found it. I don't know how to do that 3 hours later, whatever, without getting a copyright strike. So I guess you got to use your little imagination. And that makes this video a whole lot funnier and a lot better, maybe more entertaining. Okay. And we're going to send this sucker on home. Okay. That's pretty much the main thing that you need to do. The other thing that you can do is where this lines up, straight right here to right here, you can cut this off flat. Cut this off flat. And all that does is that just puts a little bit of extra support underneath. Again, not necessary. What I was originally thinking is filling this void in, and the void is fine, but I was just going to basically fill the void in, not with paper towel, but fill that in with sand or something like that. Plug this hole up, because that's where the centerpiece is that it spins around, and then fill this up with aluminum or with lead. I have a bunch of lead, and so I was just going to fill that up, and all that does is that just does a little extra support in the middle, so you're pushing. You shouldn't have to push a ring down that hard, but if you had to do something else, whatever that else may be, you're pushing on a solid surface instead of a hollow, hole-filled cast iron, cast steel. And then typically what I do is, on this ring bender, there's already a lip here, which is great for putting in a vise. I'm clamping that down, not going anywhere, and then getting another piece, such as this one. I just put piece of wood on the bottom of it. Right there. Clamp that down. And then now I can use this in my vise as well. And it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And that's probably what I'm going to do with this is you'll have the wood under there, and you'll have a flat piece of wood, and then maybe a piece of wood underneath the flat piece, and then that will actually clamp. You know what? Let's just do it. Hold on a second. Okay, I got some washers. Got these that are just a little bit too long, but got a solution for that. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Alright. Hold your ears. Yeah, don't forget your guard. Well, this is what it looks like. So we're going to do a bigger hole. Nice and flat. So let's try this again. We're going to do it this way. Just like that. Clamps in there. Right like so. Still put my ring on up here. Now this is, I'm 6 foot, so this is probably right at 5'10", maybe, something like that. But I have a really tall vise too. But anyway, so this is how I do, or how I was going to do mine anyways. I still get full range, and hold it, hold it if I need to. And whenever I'm done, just loosen that. This whole thing comes out. So that's how I fix mine to the shop vise, and I just do everything standing up. And I do have a tall chair. If I want to sit down, I guess I could probably reach that too. But so this is a little bit smoother. Actually, quite a bit smoother now. So after taking the old grease out and whatever that shaving stuff was, I still don't know what that exactly what all that was about. But voila, there you go. Look for links in the description. Alright, well there you go. That's how I do this. Just a couple little things you can do. Like I said, the biggest thing is taking the old grease out, because all the ones that I've had, other than the Peppy Tool one, have always had that grit in there or whatever, and it's not like these have a whole lot of RPM and all that stuff, and it's really going to wear down the cases. But I mean, after a while, it could, and it could give you some extra wear and sloppiness and all that stuff. So my philosophy is, if you can take care of it now, then go ahead and take care of it now. I do like the big knob on this, so it's not hurting your hand as much. This one that I got, this ring bender that I have, it's a really good ring bender. I believe this is Peppy Tools also, but I don't see their name on it. Maybe it's not. Oh, yeah, it's Peppy's. The only thing I don't like is that I wish this handle was a little bit longer, and I wish it had a bigger knob, because some of these rings I got to push pretty hard sometimes, and boy, that puts right into the palm of my hand. It hurts after a while, and it'll be bruised on the meat of your thumb, your hand, whatever. But this one is a pretty decent size one, and you got some pretty good leverage on this as well. So. All right, well that's it. Y'all comment, rate. Appreciate you watching, and we'll get back with you. I have a CNC plasma table coming up. Fixing the CNC machine, so you'll see that one next. See ya.